Hi, my name is Dustin Cannon, and welcome to How to Get 3 Times More New Consults from Your Law Firm's website by uncovering the hidden gold mine of leads that are already right under your feet. And this can be done even without spending another dime on advertising. My name is Dustin Cannon, and my company is Factor 7 Media. I help law firms get more clients, grow their practices while spending less on ads. I've worked with attorneys from a variety of different practice areas. I have extensive experience with divorce, family law, and collaborative practice. It's just a testimony not only to toot my own horn, but I'll show these throughout the presentation just to reinforce that the strategies and methods that I talk about and teach are effective and work. And this is evidenced by the results that we get for our clients. I'm going to tell a quick joke before we get started that'll kind of set the foundation for what I'm going to talk about. A bear jumps out of a bush and starts chasing 2 hikers. They both start running for their lives, but then one of them stops to put on running shoes. And his friend says, "What are you doing? You can't outrun a bear." Well, his friend replies, "I don't have to outrun the bear. I only have to outrun you." Okay, so if you listen to any one of the marketing agencies calling your office every day, it can be easy to think that if you want to grow your business, then you simply need to try and outrun your competitors. And they'll tell you that your problem is you need to spend more on advertising, get more traffic to your website, or get ranked on the first page of Google for your target search terms. But the thing, and those are all important things, and they are part of the strategies that we use also. But here's the thing. I've gotten many clients listed on the first page of Google for very competitive terms, only to find that they weren't getting any more business than they were before. And I've seen many clients drop a small fortune on ads, and they're getting business coming in, but at a very high cost of customer acquisition. The strategy seems to be, let's just get as much exposure as we can, thinking that if they get their message in front of as many people as possible, that'll solve the problem. And I guess if you throw enough mud at the wall, eventually some will stick, but the problem is most will fall to the floor. It's like trying to fill a pool with a leaking bucket. Would you just keep trying to run faster, or would you fix the leaks in the bucket first? All right, so this triangle represents various levels within the marketing process, from your organic results and paid advertising, driving visitors to your website, engaging, connecting, and then contacting you. But most lawyers spend all of their time and money going after this top wide area. As people see their ads, they visit their website and move down. And as potential clients move down, they get closer to engaging and making contact. But it's like throwing mud at the wall. I mean, if you send enough visitors to your website and you get enough exposure, some people are going to visit the website, some are going to contact you no matter what. And because that happens, everybody just wants to focus on that top part of the pyramid and get more and more traffic. But it's kind of a crapshoot, because if your website is not converting at an ROI, if people are not contacting you, it can be a big waste of money and not generate a positive return. You may have only 50 people coming to your website daily, but if no one is actually moving down the pyramid and contacting you, then you aren't going to be much better off if you get 300 people visiting your website per day, because 0% of 50 or 0% of 300 is still the same result. This is true even when you have a very small conversion rate. But here's the thing. If you have a website that's been around for 3 months or more, even if it's brand new, you're probably already having people visit your site every day for free. They're finding it organically, and it's traffic that you're already getting. And if you focus on those people who are already on your website and focus on moving them down that pyramid, because it's a lot easier to move people down the pyramid than it is to get more people to your site. It's also much less expensive. And if you focus on this part, you can increase the number of new consults you're getting by 2 or 3 times without spending another dime on advertising, by improving conversions from the traffic you're already getting every single day. Now, I'm not talking about conversions from people that are referrals. I'm talking about traffic to your website. That may be organic, or they found you from social media or what have you. This process is called conversion rate optimization. It's the process of increasing the percentage of your website visitors who turn into leads. And most conversion rate optimization services implement this process by analyzing your current traffic, where people are coming from, what they're looking for, and then ensuring that your content is relevant and focused on a call to action. And that is important for sure. But if you want to truly make an impact and double or triple the consults you're getting from your website, you've got to stop making the number one mistake that attorneys make when marketing their law firms. The number one mistake, and most small businesses make this mistake also, is that they give people only one reason to respond. For lawyers, it is called to schedule a consultation, with the reason being that the prospect is ready to hire a lawyer right now. But here's the thing. Let's take a divorce, for example. I've done a lot of research in divorce forums and through surveys and so on. And people start contemplating divorce anywhere from 6 months to 3 years before they're ready to sit down with a lawyer. During that time, they're researching, learning about their options, and considering potential outcomes. And so if your marketing speaks only to people who are ready to schedule a consult right now, you're wasting 97% of your ad dollars. We know this is true because average conversion rates are less than 3%. In divorce, for example, if someone is in this initial contemplation phase of 6 months to 3 years, and in their research they see your ad or find your website, do you think they're going to respond to an offer that is to schedule a consult? Probably not. During this stage, that's a pretty big threshold to cross when they've just met you on the website. They're thinking about it, but they're just not ready yet. And so most law firms are only targeting those people that are ready to act right now. I mean, this applies to all areas of practice. Those who are not ready to jump now have no choice but to close their web browsers and forget about you. Next month, when they finally decide to act, they will go to Google once again, and although they liked what they saw on your website, they probably won't remember your name. And so another law firm is going to get the business, because it takes an average of 7 exposures to your brand before someone actually remembers you if you didn't engage. Effective marketing and advertising should only target those who most likely need an attorney at some point now or in the future, offer a low threshold to appeal to people at any stage of the journey, and ensure that they remember you when they're ready to schedule a consultation. And better yet, ensure that you have established a trust level through engagement. Okay, you've got to lower the threshold. And the best way to lower that threshold and engage with more of your web visitors is to offer value that meets the person where they are right now on whatever stage of the journey they're in. The most effective strategy for lowering the threshold is to offer something of value like a consumer guide or white paper, checklist, a toolkit, resource list, quiz, or assessment. Free reports, short ebooks are a great way to do this. This works really well for many of our clients. Asking someone to read an informative ebook or consumer guide is a much smaller threshold to cross than asking them to schedule an appointment. When you have an informative book, those who are in the initial stages but not yet ready to fix their problem will gladly receive your book. And this allows you to continue educating the prospect and at the same time building a level of trust and credibility that you couldn't achieve with any other form of advertising. And you're also establishing yourself as a published expert in their minds. The truth is the days of gaining business by advertising your education, credentials, years of experience, and so on, they're pretty much over. There's just too much competition. And that is one of the reasons that traditional ads are simply not as effective as they once were. You just can't compete on the old metrics of experience, education, etc., and expect to set yourself apart from the competition, because everybody looks good on paper and the public is more skeptical than ever before. The name of the game is establishing credibility and trust, and nothing accomplishes that like a short, informative ebook. Offering someone an informative book it's rarely seen as advertising or marketing. And even if someone doesn't read it immediately, they will eventually pick it back up. Our culture places value on books. And when they do start reading, it's like having someone sitting in front of you for an hour and having their undivided attention. You can talk about the conflicts and issues you're clients face in a non-threatening way. Instead of claiming that your services are superior, which is so common and sometimes causes issues with local bar advertising and ethical standards, you can demonstrate your philosophy of practice and allow the reader to align that with how you can solve their problems. And that's how they come to you pre-sold before they ever set foot in your office for a consult. Now, we have ghostwritten a number of ebooks and free reports for attorneys in a variety of areas of practice. I've written numerous books for attorneys on family law, divorce, and collaborative law. And the truth is, when it comes to divorce, no other marketing agency knows family law, divorce, and collaborative law like we do. We've talked about ebook, consumer guides, and white papers. Here's just a few of the ebooks that I've written for family law clients. Like I said, I've also written them for bankruptcy and estate planning and so on. Checklists are another way to do it when you don't want to write an extensive ebook and just want to have a 2 or 3 page download. That also provides value. Another thing you can do to provide value instead of an ebook is a quiz or assessment. Like, is divorce mediation right for me? Take this short quiz to find out if divorce mediation could work for you. These also work well. As I said in the headline, you can triple the leads you're getting from people that are already visiting your website using these strategies. But giving people more than one reason to respond also has big implications for your paid advertising as well, because it decreases your cost per lead when advertising, and it increases the quality of your leads as well. I just wanted to give a few case studies here to illustrate the kind of results that you can get from using an engagement device like an ebook, quiz, that kind of thing when you're using paid advertising. Here, these case studies I'm going to show you are from Facebook ads that we ran for a lawyer promoting an ebook. You can see this is less than a 30-day period. We spent $306.12 on ads, generated 34 leads. Here's another one, less than a 30-day period, $227.60 on ads, generated 26 leads. And here's a 22-day period, $310.52 spent on advertising, 28 divorce leads. The other benefit to offering content in the form of an ebook or free report on your website is that it gives you an opportunity to tell your story. Because these days, if you want to set yourself apart, you've got to be authentic and engage with people. You got to bring real value. Produce content that is human, because people want real. They want authentic. There's just too much boilerplate, cut and paste ad copy and presentation. When someone comes on who is real, people will notice and pay attention. And that's actually how we get such high conversion rates with our clients. So in addition to educating your client on the problem that they have and the solution that you provide, take the time to tell them your story. Tell them why you do what you do. Be authentic. If you can do this successfully in your ads, website copy, and conversations with new potential clients, you will virtually make the competition irrelevant, because you're no longer competing on the same metrics as everyone else. While everyone else is competing on the same old message, you will have made a connection that equates with trust. If you can accomplish this, successfully make that connection, people will want to consult with you before even considering another attorney, and they will gladly pay a consultation fee. You do not have to offer free consultations. Here's another testimonial from a client. You can see tripled new client consults over the past 18 months. Okay, now you have 3 options at this point. You can do nothing. Keep going along how you are, spending more on advertising, trying the latest new fads and so on. Maybe get by on referrals and what I call hope marketing, but with no real predictable flow of new leads. You can try to figure it out on your own, how to optimize your marketing for conversions, or maybe hand it off to your marketing firm. And that can result in a lot of trial and error if they're not experienced with your area of practice. or you can work with a law practice and family law client acquisition expert using a proven system. Here's another testimonial from a happy law firm client. We did a video and website for it. Another one from Hoffman and Hoffman saying that we trust his judgment and skills implicitly. This is a testimonial from an attorney out of the Washington, D.C. area. Says, Dustin Cannon tripled my income. He's innovative and ahead of the curve. And now I want to introduce you to my Law Practice Accelerator program. It is a proven system that helps law firms start getting more clients while spending less on advertising, and without having to blog, podcast, tweet, brand, or do any other type of marketing, which is guaranteed to leave you overwhelmed and burned out. If you want to learn more about my services, talk about your own practice, and get started with one of these programs that have been getting such great results for our clients, then please book a free 20-minute strategy call. When we get on the phone, I will have already reviewed your website, and I'll be prepared to provide an overview explaining how my Law Practice Accelerator system can help you start getting better consults and more clients for your law firm. Just click the link below to schedule a strategy session. You'll be taken to an application page where you can tell me more about your practice. Then once you submit that information, you can select your time for a call. I want to thank you for watching this presentation, and I look forward to talking with you about your practice. Thank you.